Guten Tag, Klasse. Today, we're going to work with the verb wissen. You've seen it a couple times in a couple of instances like ich weiß or ich weiß nicht. It's an irregular verb conjugation, as you can see here, but only in the singular, like the modal verbs. So ich, du, sie, es. All irregular. Excuse me. So notice the plural is all regular. You take wissen, take off the en, and you add your endings. Wir, sie plural, and sie formal, all the plurals, take en, so it's just wissen, just like it looks up here in the main verb. But ihr is the irritating T, so ihr takes T, ihr wisst. Look at the singular side. Look how different that is. So in the singular side, the I in wissen changes to an EI. You saw some other verbs like that, stem vowel changing ones. So it's weiß, and then the ich and the sie have no ending. That's like the modal verbs, like ich mag and mag. Same thing. Ich weiß, weiß. And then the du keeps the T, just like always, ST, although because of the S set, there's no extra S. That would be weird. So ich weiß, du weißt, sie, es weiß. So the biggest thing about this verb is you have to remember it's weiß, not vis, and there's no ending on ich and sie, es. Okay, so wissen means to know. You already know a verb that means to know. Kennen, a completely regular verb. Ich kenne, du kennst, kennt, wir kennen, ihr kennt, sie kennen. But kennen is to know a person, place, or thing, a noun. Wissen is to know something, facts, or information about the noun. So look at the example. Weißt du, wer Sabina ist? Do you know who Sabina is? Who Sabina is something about her. But, kennst du Sabina? Do you know Sabina? Are you familiar with her? So that's the main difference between the two. I've attached notes to this assignment as well, so you can read through those, get some more examples, and have this verb conjugation in front of you at all times. Obviously, feel free to print that if you want to and have access to that. So we're going to do a little practice just with the conjugations, not which one do you use, but how do you use this verb? Ich, try to say them before I do. Weiß, wo die Stadt Ulm ist. So I know where the city of Ulm is. It's not I know the city, it's something about the city. Weiß, wie man ein Buch liest. He knows how one reads a book. That's a piece of information. Sie wissen, wann die Klasse beginnt. They know when the class begins. Ihr wisst. There's no vowel change. It's just regular. Ihr wisst, woher Johann kommt. You all know where Johann comes from. Blank du. Which is it? Weißt du, was die Frau kauft? Do you know what the woman buys? Sie weiß, der Mann ist dumm. She knows the man is dumb. If she just knows the man himself, sie kennt den Mann. But here she knows the man is dumb. Here it's der Mann because it's like she knows that the man is dumb. So here the man is like the subject, but she knows the man, it's not. Wir blank, dass die Katze weiß ist. Wir wissen, dass die Katze weiß ist. What does this word weiß here mean? Hopefully you said white, because that's the only thing that makes sense, that the cat is white. Not the cat is knows. Doesn't make any sense. Sie, meaning you formal, you're talking to a teacher or somebody. Wer gut schwimmt, who swims well. Sie wissen, wer gut schwimmt. You know who swims well. So these are all forms of wissen, and this second part of the sentence here is all a piece of information. That's why we use wissen every single time. Whoops. Okay, this time we are going to use kennen or wissen, and I showed you the first answer. So, blank du meine Lehrerin. So you have to figure out to use kennen or wissen, and then how do you do the verb? How do you match it up? So, meine Lehrerin is a subject, a person, place or thing, but it's a person. So you're going to use kennen. Du takes st. Kennst du meine Lehrerin? So try to guess them before I can. If you don't, just listen to me and figure out why the answer is what it is. Sie, meaning you formal. Dass der Mann alt ist. So, is it what you know, is that a person, place, or thing? Or is it a fact about a person, place, or thing? Sie wissen, it's a fact, and sie plural, or formal, takes the in. Ich blank, der Junge hat einen Bleistift. So is it the person, or is it a fact about a person, place, or thing? Ich weiß, Der Junge hat einen Bleistift. I know that the boy has a pencil. It's not that I know the boy. Blank Markus. Is it a person, place, or thing, or is it a fact? Kennt Markus. It's a person, place, or thing. He is familiar with Markus. So wissen is to know a piece of information, and kennen is to know a person, place, or thing. To be familiar with a person, place, or thing. Sie blank Tanja wohnt in Berlin. Sie weiß Tanja wohnt in Berlin. She doesn't know Tanya. She knows that Tanya lives in Berlin. Whether she knows Tanya or not, we don't know. Wir blank das Land Australien. So is that a person, place, or thing, or not? Wir kennen das Land Australien. We know the country Australia. We're familiar with it. Sie blank wo das Baby ist. Where the baby is. Sie wissen. Right, it's not the baby, it's something about the baby. Blank ihr Halloween. So Halloween, is it a person, place, or thing? Kennt ihr Halloween? It's not a fact about Halloween. It's just, are you familiar with that holiday, that tradition? Okay. This time, I'm going to go through them a little faster. Ich kenne Herr Giet. Okay, most of you can't say that probably because he retired last year. Okay. Blank du. Weißt du, wo Frau Gary wohnt? Do you know where she lives? Kennt Frau Harkey's Tochter und Sohn. Now, if the length of that confused you, I'm still talking about two people, the daughter and the son. Wir, das Kirsten und Gretchen in Deutschland sind. Wir wissen, we know that they are in Germany. Basically, if there's a verb over here, you're going to use wissen. Sie blank St. Louis. Sie kennen St. Louis. They know St. Louis. Sie blank den Hund nicht. Sie kennt, Sie kennt den Hund nicht. She does not know the dog. Blank ihr das Bering 700 Schüler hat? Oops. Wisst ihr das Bering 700 Schüler hat? That's not true anymore. I made this a couple years ago. Ich weiß, dass Bering über 900 Schüler hat. And the last one. Ich blank wann du zur Schule kommst. Ich weiß. I know when you come to school. I don't really, but anyway. Okay, so that is it for today. You have notes attached, and then you need to practice GimKit. The requirements of GimKit are 12 minutes or $500,000, whichever comes first. If you get to 12 minutes first, it will just stop and say you were done. So you have a limit either way. So I will see you tomorrow. Morgen. Tschüss.